Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with Chris Billam-Smith, head of the big cruiserweight fight. Two identical records, Chris and Richard Riakporhe, of course. Someone's O has got to go, or Nick's a nil, I think is what David Diamante calls it, but I'm still getting used to that. Little bit of back and forth up there on the days. What did you make of all that?
Ironic, to be honest, mate. It's a bit ironic how he used to train with Isaac. And obviously, if you're both driving from the top, it's no different to me and Lawrence. I see it. My point on the whole, me and Lawrence's situation is he's steps ahead in his career. He's had these domestic fights. I'm not ready for European fights yet. He is. So that's the be all and end all really. All I need to focus on is Saturday night and not worry about what's going on in my opposition's camp.
Do you think it's just kind of an attempt at psychological warfare, mind games? You know, he was talking about you apparently, according to him, turned down other fights in the past. Do you think he's just trying to get under your skin?
Yeah, maybe he's jealous because he actually asked Chris Congo when he was training with us, asked Shane if he'd train him, so maybe he's jealous that he didn't get that opportunity that Lawrence got and that I've got. So maybe that's it, or maybe it's just my game. I don't know, doesn't matter. It's just, I'm just focused on Saturday night.
How's the sparring been going with Lawrence? It must be a huge advantage for you, especially for this particular fight.
Yeah, obviously he's very awkward. I believe in the past, people have fought and don't give him enough credit before they get in there, and they get in there with him and they realise how awkward and effective he is. Obviously I sparred him a little bit while he was on GB. And he's very effective at what he does. Obviously tall, rangy, can punch, so it's the attributes that Richard Riakporhe had, but I believe Lawrence has a few more strings to his bow. And it's been great sparring. We've both fought each other on a lot. He's improved tenfold already under Shane. I've improved tenfold by sparring him and being under Shane, so it's been really good.
At this stage of your career, to have spent so much time sparring, not just Lawrence recently, but you had so many rounds with George Groves before he retired as well. That must be a big bonus for you, so young still in your career.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, it's early on in my career, so that's what's brought me on, and that's what's got me to this stage. If I'd had lesser sparring and been in a lesser camp, then maybe I wouldn't be in a fight like this, because I would have been exposed and not improved as much as I have done. But having that and being around world champions and that winning mentality in the gym, it's a champs camp, and that's the way it is. There's no excuses. It's just get on with your job every day, twice a day in the gym, training, and that experience has helped me massively.
With it being on a Matchroom show and also in London, you're going up against someone who's managed by Dillian Whyte, who's top of the bill. Do you feel like the away fighter, and does that impact your strategy in any way?
No, I just see it. You'd maybe see it as a away fighter if it was the top of the bill fight and it's in London, but we're on the undercards. We're just fighting for a belt, and we're both. But it's a domestic clash. It's not like we're at the top of our game and I'm about to travel miles. I've got 230 people coming up, so it'll be loud in there for me on Saturday, as I expect it will be for him. So it's not. I don't see it as a disadvantage to myself. I just can't wait to get in there.
And should you come through this in the way you intend, impressively, of course, what is your intention next? Do you want to carry on a similar fast track now you've made the step up?
There's so many domestic fights. Obviously, Lawrence is going to move on to European and world level very quickly, so he's going to leave behind the British and Commonwealth titles. They're two belts that everyone wants in boxing. As a prospect, you want to win those belts. So I'd love to fight for one of those next. I'd love to get a televised TV show in Bournemouth eventually as well, and that's definitely doable once I win on Saturday night.
Brilliant. Well, we thank you for your time. We look forward to the big fight on Saturday.
Cheers, Danny. Thank
you.
Cheers, mate.